Okay, so let's take a few minutes and talk about navigation, XYZ axes, and how to orient yourself. So the first thing I'm going to do, which will help me explain this concept to you, is I'm going to grab my rectangle tool and I'm going to make a rectangle, and then I'm going to pull it up into three-dimensional space. Now, when I'm drawing shapes, what I try to do is orient the shape around one of those three axes. In this case, I'm orienting the shape around all three because I've drawn the shape from the corner out, or from the juxtaposition of those 3 points. So what I want to do when I'm moving or editing shapes is try to keep them aligned to one of those three axes, either the blue, the green, or the red. I'm going to select this shape. I'm going to group it, make a group. So now it's a separate entity. Now, I want to talk about navigation. So one, I can use the buttons over here on the left. I have my orbit button. I have my pan, my zoom extents, and then previous and next. Now, the interesting thing is that I can also use my scroll button for all of those activities, and that leaves me free to be able to do other operations much more quickly. So if I hold down the scroll button, I can orbit, okay? And then if I use the scroll, I can scroll in and out, and it'll scroll in and out on whatever area where you put your cursor, which is helpful as well. And then if I hold down the shift key and hold down the scroll button, I can pan. Now, when I'm moving shapes, what I try to do, I've got my move tool, is always click on the corners of the shape to move it. I try to click on the bottom corner, bottom left or bottom right corner. And then it's easier for me to take that shape and keep it aligned along one of those axes. And I can tell when it's off in some sort of weird space. I want to keep it aligned to one of those axes. And that's how I orient myself in the 3D universe, is to try to keep the shape along one of those axes, grab it from corner to corner, move it along one of those axes when you're moving, use the scroll button to zoom in and out and to orbit, and then hold down shift plus scroll to pin.